Join the fun with G.I. Joe. Yes, G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air. Join the G.I. Joe Club, kids. Hi, everyone. This is Iggy for Iggy's Toy Parade and Soldier Review. I know I don't sing very well. Today I'm going to talk about the 1960s official G.I. Joe Club. Now, recently I sent away for a G.I. Joe, well, I guess it was a reproduction of a G.I. Joe membership kit from the 1960s. And it is slightly different than what I remember as a kid. So let's go over what I received, and then we'll talk about some other things related to the club. So let's take a look at what I have here. Now, the first thing is this letter, and this is a letter talking about G.I. Joe and the G.I. Joe Club and all the exciting things that G.I. Joe is going to be doing. And the first thing I notice about the letter, it is a reproduction of one that you would have received years ago. However, this would have been in color. And then, I don't know if you can even see this. It says official. That would have been in red. And then, of course, the rest was like a regular typed letter. So this is the introduction letter to the G.I. Joe Club. Slightly different because it's not in color. That's an oversight that they probably could have fixed easily enough, but they chose to go with black and white. Now, next up is the membership card. And this, I think, originally was in color. I might be mistaken on that, but I'm pretty sure this logo here for the club was in color. An official G.I. Joe Club, and that would have been in color. And I remember getting one of these and putting my name on it and my address and putting it in my wallet, a wallet that had nothing other than my G.I. Joe membership card. Never had any money in it. Also, I received this G.I. Joe dog tag, and with this, you would write your name on this little sticky thing, and you'd put it on the back of this dog tag. Now, for some reason, I remember this dog tag being bigger when I was a kid, but, maybe that's because I was a kid. But I was thinking it was bigger than this, but, that could just be, memory playing tricks with you. Okay, then also what came with this, what do I do with it? Did I drop it on the floor? I don't see it. It also came with a patch that says G.I. Joe. Oh, for God's sake, why do I do this? I don't have enough room to work, I don't think, here. Okay, so it comes with a patch that shows G.I. Joe and the G.I. Joe astronaut. Now, the original set came with an iron-on transfer, and you can see it in this ad here. This is the iron-on transfer right here. And I remember putting it on a t-shirt, and I centered the t-shirt on the ironing board. I put the patch down, I ironed it, pulled the t-shirt off, put it on, and to my horror, it was crooked. And I was so upset, I went into my mom, I was crying, and she said, well, you should have asked me to do it, which I should have done. Lastly, it came with, now this is pretty cool right here. This is the official membership G.I. Joe Club. And it says this certifies that blank is a member of the G.I. Joe Club and is a collector of equipment for G.I. Joe, America's movable fighting man. Well, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then the original membership pack came with something really cool, and that was this here. And this here is a reproduction of that original pamphlet, and it was produced by Cotswold Collectibles. I don't think they have them available anymore. But if you joined the G.I. Joe Club in the 1960s, well, in the beginning of they discontinued putting these out, I think, after the first year. But I had one of these because I was one of the earlier members of the club. And it was originally intended as a sales brochure for their traveling salesmen to go to different stores and show them, what the G.I. Joe products look like and what was available. And this is a really good guide to have if you're collecting 40th anniversary. For instance, this set here, the Air Force dress uniform, that was set number 25. Now, a lot of the 40th anniversary sets were never released. Hasbro lost confidence in the 40th anniversary line, and they dropped it like a hot potato. And much to my chagrin, because I really enjoyed the 40th anniversary stuff. So this would come with that also. And so how would you join the G.I. Joe Club? Well, there's two ways it could have been done. One of them was, this is from Vincent Santelmo, G.I. Joe Encyclopedia. One of the methods in which kids were hooked into the G.I. Joe Club was ads in comic books, such as this one. And they always have G.I. Joe fighting man from head to toe, blah, blah, blah. And here's another one over here. And here. Now, these are all ads that were run in comic books. So like DC Comics would run these ads. And something like this. And then another method of introducing kids to the G.I. Joe Club. Let's take a look at this. This is also by Vincent Santelmo. And this shows what came in the coffin boxes. So in the coffin box of your G.I. Joe, this the coffin box, would be a little insert like this, urging you to join the G.I. Joe Club. Now, these would also be included in the larger equipment packs. And sometimes in the smaller carded equipment that was covered in cellophane, sometimes they would include that in there as well. Now, I'm not sure what happened to that patch that I was going to show you, but for some reason it has vanished. Anyway, I'm kind of disorganized here, aren't I? Nothing new there. Anyway, that's it for the official membership of the G.I. Joe Club. I remember my parents letting me join. I was very excited. And they also sent out newsletters. And I also remember years ago writing them, Hasbro, a letter suggesting that they make Germans, which must have seemed weird to them because G.I. Joe was definitely a Korean War era type of figure. The fatigue cap that you see here, that wasn't introduced until like the 1950s. And GIs wore that up until the 1960s. They wore a cap like that. Okay, now in my last video, I had mentioned that I had gotten something in the package that I didn't recognize. Now, what did I do with that? Jeez. Anyway, I said that it was part of a, here it is, good grief. Okay, Here it is. I had mentioned that I knew exactly what this came from, and I finally found it. I tried to locate it for you when I was filming last time, and all I did was have like 2 or 3 minutes of dead air time. But here it is. I found it in the Sears catalog, and that's it right there. And I never had that as a kid. I do remember the kids across the street had it, and I remember this bazooka. And it says it has a range of 20 feet. And that was really stretching it because I remember putting in the little plastic rocket there, and you'd have to point it up in the air for it and then plunge it like a mortar in order for it to go anywhere. And they also made a mortar. The kids across the street also had that. I should point out that the boys across the street, their dad was a Marine, and he fought at Iwo Jima and I think also at Okinawa, or it was Guadalcanal and Iwo Jima. I'm not sure, but he was in 2 major battles in the Pacific. So they had a lot of this stuff. I remember they had this. I thought the monkey division was cool. I think it was made by Remco, these things here. Remco's been gone a long time, too. Look at this guy. He's like lethal. He's got a knife, a Thompson machine gun. Anyway, that's all I've got for you today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the G.I. Joe Club. You can get reproductions of this stuff online. The set I got was from a guy in Canada. And that was a mistake because it cost me $17 to ship everything to me. And the kit itself was $14. So, like my friend Doug would say, why did you spend all that money on something like that? He was always the reasonable one between the two of us. Probably because he's married. Married men tend to be more sensible than bachelors. Anyway, I don't know what happened to that thing, but is that it? I think that's it. Hold on, guys. I wanted to show you the patch that came with the Canadian membership. Oh, God. It's hard to do when you're chubby. Yes, here it is. It dropped on the floor. Now, in the original kit, like I mentioned, it was an iron-on transfer and not a patch like this. Anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. So it came with the for $14.95. You get this. You get the membership card. You get the dog tag, an introduction letter, and finally the official membership for the G.I. Joe Club. Now, I'm thinking about putting my name in here and framing this. I really love this. I had this as a boy, too, and I remember having it framed and put up on my bedroom wall. I was very proud of it. Anyway, that's all I got for you this time. This is Iggy signing out. Thank you for getting Iggy with it. And I will see you in my next video, which is going to go back in time a little bit to the Old West. The Old West. Yes, sirree, buckaroos. We're going to the Old West. Anyway, thanks for getting Iggy with it, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.